Number 10, physical education should teach people to pursue healthy, active lifestyles as they grow older. But the focus on competitive sports in most schools causes most of the less competitive students to turn away from sports. Having learned to think of themselves as unathletic, they do not exercise enough to stay healthy. So, this stimulus is telling us that we need physical education to teach people to pursue healthy lifestyles as they get older. But schools focus a lot on competitive sports, and that makes a lot of their less competitive students turn away from sports. They learn to think of themselves as unathletic, so they don't exercise enough to stay healthy. So, if we want them to stay healthy, what would need to happen? Currently, we're focusing on competitive sports, which basically turns them off from being able to exercise. And we want to make sure that they're interested in exercising. We want to encourage them to exercise. So, to do that, we'd need to focus on something that they wouldn't be turned away from. And that would mean non competitive sports or non competitive activities. Which one of the following is most strongly supported by the statements above if they are true? A. Physical education should include non competitive activities. This makes a lot of sense. If we were to include this, it would make sense because then it would help us say that these less competitive students would be encouraged to stay healthy. And it would teach them to pursue a healthy active lifestyle, like sentence one says. Um, but if I were to read everything else, B, competition causes most students to turn away from sports. I think B is a great trick answer because it kind of forces you to think about what it said in the middle of the stimulus. We know that competitive sports causes most of the less competitive students to turn away, but we don't know if that means most of the students. If you didn't catch on to that little difference, B is a great trick answer, but you do need to look into the little tiny details. If you look into it, it says most of the less competitive students, which isn't the same thing as most students. So B is out. C, people who are talented at competitive physical endeavors exercise regularly. This could be true, but I don't have any support for it, so I can't justify this being the right answer. So C is out. D, the mental aspects of exercise are as important as the physical ones. This is out of scope. We never talk about the mental aspects of exercise in the stimulus at all, so I can't prove this and I can't support it. So D is out. And then E, children should be taught the dangers of a sedentary lifestyle. I mean, okay, but we're also talking about encouraging them to be healthy, not about teaching them about bad habits or bad things. So I can't support E. There's nothing in there for me to support it with anything. So E would be out. And I'm left with A as my right answer.